Me and Mark have been working together about 4 years, filming nearly every day. We could both come from the same city, so it's pretty easy to hook up and actually do filming with each other. Mark's riding speaks for itself, I think. There's not a trick he can't do, it doesn't seem. He's just on it 365. He rides every day, 7 hours, 6 hours a day sometimes. And yeah, he lives to ride. That's Mark Webb, full stop.
Mark is known as the wild one. He grew up in a pretty rough neighborhood in England, and for the past 3-4 years now, he's been coming around and he's concentrating on riding, and he's such a skilled rider. I've never seen anybody like him. He has the most trick repertoire out of everything. He can do any trick.
Mark Webb is this kid that I was first aware of a few years ago. He's a nice little kid, and it was more like stories I heard from my other friends in BMX, and they said he's amazing, but everybody seemed to be divided. Everybody had an opinion and something to say about him, and for me that normally means somebody's the real deal, there's somebody good, because if you hear negative stuff as well as positive stuff, it's a mixture of like pride and admiration and jealousy, okay? So eventually I got to meet Mark Webb and hang out with him and ride. He came down to my ramp with another friend of mine and was just really nice immediately, was really polite and really interested in riding a lot and stuff, and we had the greatest week when he came to ride. And in the years that's followed that's maybe 2 years ago, I've just watched him go from strength to strength, and like, you know, he still comes to me once in a while and asks me about stuff. I look at him and I realize he's ready to take over the world, you know, if he hasn't already. But then I also know there's a shy kid there who still wants some of the answers from an old pro like me, you know. And so I really feel, I'm starting to feel really proud. Like I feel involved with Mark, like he's my little friend, and I try and keep an eye out for him. But I know that he's going to become bigger than I ever was or anything, you know. It's so good to see. The next big stage for Mark is to go to America and to do things the American way. If he can make that conversion to doing like the strict contest runs that he's going to need to, I really think he can start winning big in America. So he's going to the X Games for the first time this summer, which I'm really excited about. So hopefully he's going to make the most of that. And if not this year, he's going to make the most of it one year. I think everybody's starting to realize that now.
It should go through the roof, to be honest. It should take it to a whole different level. From what he's working with at the moment. So he's pretty much on a budget at the moment and sorting deals out. The bigger sponsors should come in. If he goes to the X Games, the bigger sponsors should come in, and it should be all good for Mark, really.
There are some friends who support him as much as they can. One of them is Suzuki BMX Masters organizer Stefan Prantl.
I've known the guy for a long time, and I know his background and especially his family and his background, and he's had a pretty rough childhood. We're just slowly starting to take care of his management. Yeah, he needs some serious professional help, and yeah, we're just looking into that now.
The sponsorship and all of these things that will make his life easier, I think they're kind of irrelevant at the moment. I think he has a little network of friends who are looking out for him, and then I think all the big sponsorship and the opportunities, they're going to come. It's inevitable, so I really don't see that as a concern. I think he has some sponsors and they're helping him now, and they're along for the ride to support him. I hope, you know, they're obviously going to do well sponsoring Mark, but I think before too long the world's going to be his oyster.
Mark already has fans worldwide, which for a European rider is unusual.
I can't, it's too shaky though. I can't do it. Go away.
Before the finals of the contest, he's pretty relaxed, even though this is the final event of the Braun Cruiser Tour, where he could win the overall title, a place he knows from the last 2 years. While all the other guys practice, he prepares himself.
You can barely get a run when everyone's on the ramp. Everyone's diving in as fast as they can, so it's like you're not going to get a long enough practice constantly to actually get warmed up, so I may as well wait till the contest starts and use my first round as a warm-up. So.
Is there some adrenaline coming to you? Some
what?
Yeah, adrenaline, is it right?
Oh, adrenaline. Yeah, I woke up with adrenaline this morning. So, yeah.
So you feel any pressure or a little bit?
Nah, it doesn't matter. It's an easy game, you know. I just got to remember some of the tricks, you know, because like, I've got quite a few tricks that I want to do, and it's just a case of remembering them, you know, to put it together. So keep my mind clear, see what happens.